Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second semifinal of the Schmoedown tournament 2019, the singles tournament, of course. After this match, we will know our Orlando match, actually. We've been waiting for this, of course, for a while. So, yes, we're going to react to it. Of course, we are Kees Cornelis and Chris Doman. Nico can't make it because he's actually right now on a plane to Orlando to attend the live event, so that's why he can't make it. But yeah, we're still here to react to Bateman versus Meyer. Um, Two guys who've had a pretty good year, wouldn't you say, Chris?
I would certainly say so. I'll put it this way: if Meyer wins, if Meyer wins this, gets to the final, even if he doesn't win against Bibbs, and then obviously once he and Bibbs do their thing in teams, which I think they'll possibly win that teams tournament, I think he might have an argument for Player of the Year.
Oh yeah, definitely. The way that he's been playing, uh, yeah, it's been really good. But of course, he has a pretty big hurdle. Probably his biggest hurdle so far in Ben the Boss Bateman, who, for some reason, this tournament, everything just clicked for him. Like previously, Bateman has been extremely unlucky with his singles matches, but this tournament finally seems that um, he's there and he's living up to the potential that we thought he had. Um, who do you got winning this?
Oh God. So okay, would it be great to see Shazam in the finals? That would be awesome, but I kind of like this whole Horseman Shazam rivalry we've had the last couple things. So, you
Let's keep it
know,
going.
why not? Let's keep it going. Ah, like literally, I wish I had a coin on me so I could just flip it and then say heads, Ben, tails, the kid, and just go with that, stick with it. But, oh God, this is one of the tougher matches to call. I honestly, I don't have an idea. Why don't you try to sway me then, Case, one way or
Well,
another?
I think it'll come down once again to round two because both of these players are known to put up a very good first round. They've both put up perfect rounds plus bonus questions in the past. So considering that, we're sure to have a very high scoring round one, and then I do think it'll come down to round two what category. If they get stuck with an opponent's choice or a spinner's choice, that could very well make the match then and there. Or if they both get a good or both get a bad category and we still go equal, then it might come down to the five corners, which I hope, that would be very nice. Look, of course, I have called a winner, but as I've been saying this entire tournament, I am not confident in that because calling winners in this tournament is,
It's like
yeah,
pulling teeth.
it's fucking difficult and it hurts. Uh, so I think we should just play this thing, see who wins, and then we'll talk about that. So we'll press play in three,
Two.
two, one, play.
Hey, come in. There he
Chairman.
is. Boy. How's it going? What's up, brother? How are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. What's
Koi!
going on? So
All
Yay!
right,
nice.
managing.
I miss you.
I miss the fans, I miss the people, I miss the rush. It's crazy. I want back in. And I know my record's not so hot, but I miss it.
Yeah, well, look, man, we love you.
Just don't
The
compete
fans
in
love
Inner
you.
Geekdom
How we
anymore.
beat the current Intergeek champion right now.
We beat Kalinowski, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you want to come back? We'll put you in the draft.
So, and I
That
admit
was a
was
different
nice getting me.
Kalinowski. That was a
think
different match format.
I want to manage.
Yes.
You want to manage?
Yeah.
Yeah, managing, yes.
I know the game, I know the players, I know the people, I love the analytics,
Yeah,
I love the
the
story.
infamous
I think
pudding match.
where I'm best used and where I think I can shine, I think I want to manage.
I go right away to Anarchy when you manage. Wait, I know this for Winston and Stacy, and Stacy played really good.
That was a very weird sentence.
Really funny.
When you managed, wait, I know this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
The only reason I hesitate, you're a very nice person. You're one of the nicest people I've ever met in this world, and I feel like you're almost too pure to be a manager. The reason I say that is because it's like this is very cutthroat. This could people whether the players want certain things or You have to cut
Like
somebody,
manage or
break
be managed.
its feelings, break its hearts.
Right.
And then there's going to be people trying to
One of the
steal
rules of the
players from you,
Schmoedown
and
jungle.
Fans will get on you, lose a match. It's like,
But the jungle's really
Ready?
clean.
I'm a nice guy, but I think I surprise people. I'm from Boston. There's an undercurrent.
Oh, he's from
that I
Boston.
can,
Okay, we're good now.
You know, like I think I can do it. And I
He
also
can do
think that when people meet me, they think a lot of things, then I can subvert some expectations, and I think this is the way to do it.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
You're in.
All right.
You're in.
Okay.
All right. So be prepared.
I'm gonna surprise it.
All right.
All right,
Good luck to you.
Thanks, man.
Be prepared.
Dead man walking.
Ow.
Ouch. Yeah, I definitely think Coach Andrew is probably the nicest guy ever to come out of Boston.
Nice people come out of Boston? What the hell?
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Oh, right.
Welcome back to the movie trivia show.
That might also be a factor in this match because Bateman just had surgery, I believe.
Yes.
Going to Orlando, but who's he playing?
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Ellis here. Mark, we know once again that the Beast is going to Orlando. He's got a chance now to either play the boss, Ben Bateman, or he's teaming the kid, Brendan Meyer. What a match today we have.
That's right. I guess we'll ask them a bunch of movie trivia questions, and we'll see who answers more of them right. And that person will be facing the Beast in South-ish mid-Florida. Now, Christian, when you look at this matchup, it really is Ben Bateman who is going into this, admittedly, not at 100%
Injured.
physically.
Right.
So he's had some major back issues, but he is still a gamer. He showed up to play today against Brendan Meyer, who is way too young to have such injuries. His bones are still lubricated by sunny delight
He's only
every
like
morning.
8 years older than him.
You know, the
I mean,
funny
he-
thing is, though, and just to be very transparent with the
No.
audience,
Brendan
I had a
Meyer is still
conversation
switching out
with
teeth.
Ben, and I thought
You said, you wuss. You get out of that bed
Right.
and you get your ass to the studio or you're fired.
Actually, the other side of that, I told him that because he had just beat Paul Preston and he's just not moving around too well. I asked him, I think that you might want to pull out of the tournament.
You suggested that.
I did. And
However,
I think
if you
that
say-
Meyer, too, it reminded me of.
If you say
of,
Ben
of
Bateman
Rocky
is still in his
and Rocky
20s, people are like, what?
Doing that, I'll kill you.
He's 30.
And it really.
Okay,
the guy
well, he
wants
just
to keep
turned
playing.
30,
I don't know if it's
so-
against my better judgment or his, but he's going to come out here today. He's going to play against the kid, and he's going to give it his all. He has been to the team finals. He's twice. He's won it once, and now he wants to get to the singles finale. But he's got to do it against the kid. And you talk about somebody who's having a second half of the season. My God, look at what the kid has done so far. He did very well. He became a star at the free-for-all, and then since then he hasn't lost a match. By joining with the Beast and him becoming the mentor to the kid, it really has benefited both of them.
That's right. Brendan Meyer is become a star in this league. I think that he was really spurred by it was, he was on stage at the free-for-all, and he just sees how the crowd was responding to him, continuing to advance round after round after round. I think that really gave him some confidence that he has not yet lost, and you'll probably see that in his pregame chat. Here's both Brendan Meyer and Ben Bateman.
Now
Well,
he's going to
Ellis
play
set
the
that up
winner
for
of
oness.
Preston and Bateman.
And
I wonder who Bateman will
advances
have
to round number 3, the semifinals.
beside
Ken.
him.
No, I'm really excited, man. I've been a big fan of yours, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait.
I got a lot of respect for Ben Bateman, but I got even more respect for the kid because he's the kid. He's the kid. He's the kid. He's the kid. Whereas the boss, who likes their boss?
I do.
I mean, yeah.
I've got so much toxicity in my bloodstream right now. If you lit a match, I'd probably catch on fire. But I'm here. I'm standing up, barely on one leg at this point.
You're a champion.
But I'm gonna do this. That's what horsemen do.
What if Ben Bateman comes
We
out
live
to I'm still
and we
standing?
die, and we fight to get through it because we are champions.
I think Ben is on
Now, that's a
quest
copyright claim I'm willing to take.
prove something to himself
Yeah.
and the league, and that's pretty powerful.
Well,
even though
the thing
those
is, you know that
darn
his regular
How weird
team
is
is going to get a copyright
That
claim
both
anyway,
of our
so.
paths have led us directly into horses.
That is correct. Or horsemen.
Horse persons, really. Like they're half human, half horse.
This is not the
Centaurs?
same league it once was. My brothers have fallen in this tournament. I'm still showing this league that the horsemen have what it takes because at the end of the day, there's only going to be one winner in this tournament. And as long as that's a horseman, no one's going to give a shit about the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Every singles match I played, I have played better than the one before. And I think that to beat Ben, I have to continue to move forward. I have to once again score higher, play better, be more focused. And if that's the case, I think I got a good shot.
I may not remember my name by the end of the day, but I will remember the trivia answers that I need to beat that little hero of a rookie, Brendan Meyer.
Rain, snow, sleet, hail. We're ready.
You might want to use an actual crutch instead of a goddamn golf club.
Well, you see the Horsemen trying to pick themselves up. John Roca, their leader, had a hell of a match against Bibiani. Almost there. Was just about to win in Orlando, but Bibbs is having some half of the season there, too. And he takes the victory, but the kid is talking about getting to the finals to play his team partner. Bateman, on the other hand, it's all about destiny. It's all about getting out of bed there, with being the fact that he can get up out of bed to get here to play against the kid. And we are seeing a very injured player, but someone who is determined to win. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Christian, the history of sport is littered with great performances under injury. One thinks about Kellen Winslow in the 81 AFC divisional playoff game. You think about Kirk Gibson in the 1988 World Series. Think about Mara Knapik going in overtime when she wasn't at her best string. You think about the Wildberries when they were way too drunk to perform. They could barely stand, but they managed to answer.
When they were way too drunk to perform. Isn't that every Wildberry?
Isn't that every time?
Right, so we are ready to get going. Mark, are you ready?
God,
and even in matches that they don't play in.
Watching this, when I see a great, you think about Walter Payton when he had the flu and he set the all-time rushing record. I could go on and on. You go ahead and start this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
movie trivia Schmoedown.
Introducing first.
Yay.
Representing Shazam.
You should learn to play this song.
With a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat. He is Brendan the Kid Meyer.
There's the kid. There's the kid. He has emerged. He is all smiles. He is all grins. Look at how he just lights up in front of a crowd. A face made for the camera. Somebody put that kid in the Vampire Diaries.
Is having a run. We know that for sure. All right, Brendan Meyer has taken the seat, and his opponent, representing
Copyright.
led to the ring by Tom Dagnino,
Screw you, Brandon Flowers,
and John Roca.
That's the singer for the Killers.
He is the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown team winner.
As always.
He is
Come on, Dagnino, put it in Little Bobby and the Juice.
Boss, Bateman!
There's Bateman.
He's limping out. He's limping out.
Mark Riley Dagnino hyping up the crowd. Folks, this is not an act.
And
this is
of
not
course,
a gimmick. He
as always,
is limping to the stage with the aid of a golf club, a lot like Bob Hope on his last USO tour.
All right, so Bateman there is sitting down. Ben,
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to just get a real cane.
Yeah.
Okay, good to go. All right.
Or as I said, a crutch.
Puts his pills on the table. Good.
That's right. I would like to remind Brendan the Child Meyer, those pills are for adults only. Those are not Flintstones vitamins.
Right.
Prescription.
Okay. So we are ready to go here. The competitors have sat down. Mark, what are the rules? Number 1.
All right, Tom Dagnino, I think he's got a nice little back brace there. Tom Dagnino, dressed like my grandma when she'd go to Reno to play the slots.
That's what managers do. All right.
This is a real manager over here.
All right, good. So you're trying to keep him for next season.
Been a real manager for years.
All right, here we go.
I mean,
so the rules.
remember the Patriots?
Round at number 1, the field of competitors is going to hear 8
Remember the
different
Lions
questions
Den?
from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown at Know-How. Each question is worth 1 point.
I don't.
There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing.
Okay, not
In
the team, the
round
Lions
number
Den,
1,
but
as soon as the question is asked, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard.
No, but a bigger member would be,
answer the question, please.
remember that
Show
Mark
what you wrote
Andreyko
on the
and
whiteboard to your
Robert
camera,
Meyer
same time
Burnett were
verbalize
part
your
of the
answer
Lions Den.
into
Bluffhouse
the
cat,
microphone.
yep.
I'll remind each competitor you have
That
3
was a
uses
thing.
of the JTE rule throughout
Why
the
was
duration
that
of
a
the match.
thing?
Not sure you heard a question right.
Good
You buy yourself some time. You just want to make
it
it
could
a
have
little more
been
dramatic
solid,
for everybody
but
at home with another 15 seconds.
weren't.
Use the
They
JTE.
could have been a
We also each
contender.
have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match. And once again, a special thank you to Ben Bateman for being here today. We know it's not easy.
All right.
Actually, before we start,
Yes.
Ben, Bibbs and I brought a little gift.
Oh
You know,
boy.
you always wear these cool shades, and I thought, why not shake it up? So, Bibbs, just
That's
an option,
Bibiani.
you know?
Willie Bibiani.
What the
We came up with some new
hell do
ideas.
they
You know,
have?
you've
You guys are
got,
using your
you got
time well.
colored frames, got topical, right?
Oh,
Topical.
wow. Okay.
Out of this world.
Yeah, yeah.
That's terrific.
You can pick
So,
any one
you know.
of these you want, sir, and then we'll wear the others, and we'll be triplets.
We're gonna just do this over here.
These are gifts.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
We wanted to shake it up.
You know what?
Technino killed me on that one. All right.
I'll just be here.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I don't have my shades.
All right.
I don't think Ben Bateman is going to wear the glasses.
Oh, there he goes. Throws them.
Wow.
That's all I got for you today.
Well,
Those were
my-
bought for a reasonable price at a costume
My-
store on Hollywood
My
Boulevard,
favorite,
man.
my favorite part about that was Riley coming in and said, just throw them.
You know what? It's okay.
They're in my
Take a
bag,
hike,
and I don't
Bibiani.
want to get them.
Take
All
that.
Fair
All right.
enough.
Get them on the way out.
All right. Here
Man,
we go.
if I could only pick one clip to sell the Schmoedown, it would not be that clip.
All right.
Oh, no.
All right, it's
Oh,
hot
no.
in here, and it has nothing to do with the air conditioner. Here we go. We start with, we asked first, Ben Bateman, are you ready?
Let's do it.
And the kid, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Set your
Let's
clocks.
get ready to
Schmoedown.
Schmoedown! All right. Would you like to go first?
No.
You don't want to go
No.
first?
No, go
Are you
ahead.
sure?
Ask your question, Slick.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this comes into comedies. Okay, so who plays the hot-tempered school bus driver in Billy Madison?
What are you afraid of?
The movie I've never seen.
Joviality
So, no.
crowd?
It's your little bits. You
It's-
like to do your little bits?
My
Oh,
little
no.
comedy
This is
skits.
going to be tough for you if you miss this on the first question.
5, 4,
But take your time.
3,
It's okay.
2, 1. Pens down.
Chris
Pens
Farley?
down, please.
Down.
And we start with Ben Bateman.
Say it's Chris Farley.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Kid.
no, big one I haven't seen. So
Okay.
He picked David Spade as
this damn bus
partner in
around.
Tommy
yeah,
Boy.
just haven't seen that one.
Ben Bateman talking
not
about
that
the
great.
smack talk right
Go
up.
down
It's
on the
fine,
bus.
but it's not
All
that
right,
great.
so here we go.
Yeah, just haven't.
How bad did that hurt you?
Serviceable.
Your next question is in the world of action/adventure. This question is, what 1997 post-apocalyptic film stars Kevin Costner and Will Patton?
This movie sucks.
Me and a guy I know
Yeah?
You're a godsend,
got
a
it.
savior.
Oh, good stuff.
No, ma'am. I'm
5,
just
No, you didn't. 4, 3,
Thanks for playing.
2, you're welcome. 1.
The
Pens
postman.
down, please, and the kid.
The Postman?
Yes, and Ben.
The postman.
2-1. Bateman
No.
keeps his lead.
He
Didn't
rings
have that.
twice.
All right, here we go for family films. Family films is your next one. What is the name of the character voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Moana?
So if you see Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the street, are you calling
What
Case.
can I
Mr.
say
Johnson
is
Dwayne
that you
The
are
Rock The Rock?
welcome.
What would you say?
Depends on
I
what
say,
you want to
Case,
call
can you see what's
I know,
happening
you
here?
you want to get his picture.
5,
Like,
I
4,
can see what's happening here. Yeah.
2,
Face to face with
1.
greatness
Pens
and
down,
extreme.
Ben.
Wow.
You know,
Maui.
at one time I would have thought that the answer to this question was Moana, but then I watched the movie. And it's Maui.
That is
You're
correct.
welcome.
The kid.
That's another one I haven't seen.
Wow. Bateman keeping it here.
Oh,
3-1.
come
Like a
on.
perfect,
3-1.
perfect storm of all the ones I haven't seen.
Bateman taking
there
this.
we go.
So far.
Priceless insight from our competitors, Christian. If you watch the movies, you have a better chance of answering the question accurately.
True. All right.
Your next question is in the world of 90s movies.
Tough start for you.
90s films.
Really rough.
And your question, what 90s romantic drama stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Philippe, and Reese Witherspoon?
Another movie I haven't seen.
See, this is the old school Bateman here.
It's
This
You can see it.
That's right.
Good.
Is it him? Is it the
Good
pill?
think too
romantic drama.
5,
You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. We
Cruel
start with the kid.
Intentions.
Cruel Intentions?
Yes, sir. And Ben.
Cruel Intention.
Ben Bateman has not missed yet. Keeps his lead 4-2 over the kid. All right, guys, here we go. 5.
Not a good round for
Fantasy
me.
sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. What 2016 film stars Bill Murray,
Oh,
Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, and Christopher Walken?
A lot of famous people.
Looks like the kid knows this one. Bateman's still thinking about it.
if I say character names, you'll know it.
5, 4,
Baloo, Bagheera.
Son of a.
2.
Repeat the question.
Yes, we can do that.
Oh.
What 2016
can't
film,
fly.
fantasy sci-fi?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
What
Baloo,
2016
Bagheera,
film
Yeah.
stars
Shere Khan,
Bill Murray,
Ka the
Yeah.
Snake,
Ben
Yeah.
Kingsley,
and Kingsley.
Idris Elba,
Sorry.
Scarlett Johansson, and Christopher Walken?
And here's the thing: I would have asked for a repeat in real game if Let's Say I was actually on the table, and I probably would have pulled it. So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down,
Jungle
please,
Book.
and we start with Ben.
The Jungle Book?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah,
Bateman.
Jungle Book.
Wow. Good pull by Bateman. Think about it.
Sci-fi fantasy.
Fantasy.
It cost him a
Fantasy.
Chate rule, but he got it.
The thing is, it's a
5
live
to
action
2.
Disney remake, and those usually
Now it's
are
5 to 3
fantasy.
because Brendan Meyer
Yeah.
wanted
Consider
another point.
often talk.
Not
I
Yeah.
know some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
that the young boy who was in that movie would probably argue that he was not an animated person.
No, I saw
Neil
him drinking a
Sippy.
Sprite at the premiere party, and he's real.
Not animated. Okay. All right, here we go. Next question.
Next question is in the world of animated movies. These are movies that are actually animated. Your question: what action movie star has become the United States president
Yes.
in the Simpsons movie?
God, nobody
How
talks
young
about this
we were
movie, and they
when
should.
that movie came out.
Is that the truth?
Well, we were younger, and you know.
Younger. I don't remember anything. 5,
I was elected to lead, not to read. Number
Number
3.
2,
Now.
1. Hands
What's
down.
the
Arnold.
Hands down. And we start with Brendan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes. And Ben.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
He even threw in the accent.
They are going
Ooh,
head
that
to
was a good
head.
one, man. I had no
Head
idea
to
when I asked
head.
the question at all.
All right, here we go, guys.
Cabinet Minister.
Horror.
On the wrong side of the border.
Horror/thriller is your next category. Released in 2017, what is the subtitle of the second Annabelle film that acted as a prequel to the first?
Big,
The
you
good
big
one.
prequel guy. Horror content.
I'm more the guy of good content, Mark.
I haven't seen them, so
Answer 5.
I just noticed.
4.
One of those.
And you know what? This one actually scared me a couple times in theaters.
1. We start
Animal
with Bateman.
Creation.
Annabelle Creation.
Annabelle Creation.
It is.
Oh,
The kid didn't have it. Okay,
Oh.
so Bateman takes a 3-point lead.
just don't know these ones.
Bateman now.
It
By the way,
Bateman
happens.
has a chance
you
here.
have scored the same as
Bateman has a
Bateman, and I've
chance
scored
to
the
get
same as
another
Meyer.
perfect round. Another perfect round if he gets this right, but here is the
Aight.
question mark.
It is a
Hey.
Patreon question courtesy of Michael Campbell.
Hey.
Michael, a big hand.
Seriously, we
Great
still need to
supporter,
get the
hell of a
Patreon
nice
question
guy,
from
Michael
his in
Campbell.
following our match.
Thank you, Michael, for your support of the Patreon. If
be
you want to
great.
have your name said by these lips on an upcoming match, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. Select which
Also,
tier is
Campbell,
right for you. Michael
get to the
Campbell,
semis
big
in the
Patreon
face-off
supporter,
tournament,
wanted
please.
this question in the category
Please.
of dramas. And the final question, round number 1, is Kirsten Dunst and Orlando Bloom star in what 2005 Cameron
Yeah,
Crowe film?
no. Yeah,
Oh,
no.
don't feel bad. This movie sucks.
7-4 at the moment.
No.
It's a Cameron Crowe film. You think it's that good?
That's his answer, but he's writing it down. 5,
I haven't seen a single Cameron Crowe movie.
2, 1. Kid.
Elizabethtown.
Town.
Yes, and Bateman.
Elizabeth.
Perfect
Town.
round for Bateman.
Round.
Perfect round for Bateman. What a performance Bateman has had in these last 2 matches. Ben, this question is for you and for you alone. You do not have to
Well,
write it down.
Chris.
You just have to answer it. Here is your question, Ben Bateman. Who directed the 1999 Al Pacino film, Any Given Sunday?
Oliver Stone.
You just have to answer it.
Oliver Stone.
For one more point,
Damn.
Oliver Stone was the answer. Bateman with a 4-point
Bateman is
lead
on
going
fire.
into round number 2. What a round by Ben Bateman. 2 perfect rounds, one against Paul Preston, another one against the kid here as we get into round number 2.
All right.
Big 4-point
And
lead
it's
by
the
Bateman
perfect,
going into round
perfect
2.
That's
round,
right. The
where
kid is
you
going
also
to need
get
some
the
help
bonus
from the
question.
wheel, and that's what round number 2 is all about. Known as the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. You'll see 10 different categories from 10 corners of movie trivia. Schmoedown know how you also have what each competitor would want to spin. Opponent's choice is not that category. They want to spin spinner's choice, but then there's also opponent's choice lurking there. Each category contains 4 questions. Your questions are worth 2 points each. If you don't know it off the bat, ask us multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, competitor stealing is available in round number 2. Ben Bateman, you have a 4-point lead, and I believe we can act as allowing you to have somebody else spin the wheel should you medically require that. I'm going to hope you don't pick Dagnino, but I'm betting you will.
I might.
You gonna spin first, or you wanna?
Consider my options, but I want a good match. I'd like to give this kid a head start. let's go for it, bud.
The kid is gonna spin.
I'm excited to see what you can do.
The kid is up.
There's a spin by the kid. All right, good spin.
Nice little gentle nudge of the wheel there.
The kid is like the nicest human in the world. He doesn't even get fazed by this.
He really is, but apparently he's one of the meaner Canadians I've come across.
True.
It could be action adventure.
I'd spin away from that, considering your opponent.
Spinning away from action is the kid. Spinning away from.
Like, unless you're Andrew Guy, you do not want to get action adventure against Ben
There's
Bateman.
strategy behind that respin, but it might land on opponent's choice, Christian.
It does.
Oh.
Wow.
It does. He should.
Now the question
with action adventure.
has Ben
What's he gonna do?
Tom studied.
James Bond.
James Bond.
Ooh,
all right, James Bond.
I like that.
For Kalinowski, not here, but James Bond still on the wheel.
It's one of those days.
I like that. I don't know how
All right,
Meyer
the
likes
kid.
it though.
All right,
I don't think he
you
likes
got
it at
4
all.
questions. You got 4 questions
See?
in James Bond. Here's your first. In 1964's Goldfinger, after destroying a drug laboratory in Latin America, James Bond travels where?
Switzerland.
For vacation.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go multiple.
Is it A, Miami? B,
Okay,
Atlantic
never
City,
mind.
C, the Grand
Shit.
Canyon.
Oh no, it
D,
is Miami,
New
duh,
Orleans.
because that's when he
Miami.
meets what's her face.
Right. Right.
You know what's near Miami?
What?
I mean, I knew.
Hell, it's where he meets Goldfinger.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
I
that.
misremembered.
All right,
Jesus.
2.
It's been a while.
Who played Bond girl Cara Milovoy?
Milovi.
Daylights.
Oh shit. That's difficult. Multiple choice. That's difficult.
If he goes to multiple, I'll know it.
A, Carrie Lowell.
B.
B,
Sorry,
B.
I'm so sorry. Can you say what the first name is?
Carrie Lowell. B, Miriam Dabo. C, Tanya Roberts. D, Kel Tyler.
D.
D's incorrect. Ben, is it A?
Miriam Dabo.
Ben, is it A, Carrie Lowell? B, Miriam Dabo.
You already
C,
said it!
Tanya Roberts. D, Kel Tyler.
B. Miriam Dabo.
Correct for 1 point. All right.
Oh man. What a brutal.
And I believe
Making
it's
the guy
pronounced
work for it.
Dabo,
All right, there we
but
go.
whatever.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Gemma Arterton
Yes.
plays the Bond girl in Quantum of Solace.
Just
whose name
Fields.
evokes a famous Beatles song. What is her name?
Strawberry
The full name or just the last name?
Full name.
Neither.
Yeah, strawberry.
I'm just gonna go for it here. Oh, I think I should just go for it. Carol Strawberry.
Correct.
Yeah. Darn.
Strawberry
For
Fields.
the
Ugh. It was close.
Dude.
Come on, Ben. It's a 2-point steal.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Lucy Strawberry.
Looking for Strawberry Fields.
Strawberry
Fields.
Fields forever.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
All right.
Quantum of
Forever.
Solace.
Wait, folks. Interesting.
All right,
It's like
here
a
we go.
terrible Bond
This is the
movie.
last one.
Mm-hmm.
Who directed every official James Bond
John
film
Glenn.
that was released in the 1980s?
Not like I know this or anything. I'm just nodding 'cause I'm excited.
No, I mean, it's just outside my range of
Yeah.
knowledge. 1980,
5,
Roger Moore.
4.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Lewis Gilbert, B, John Glenn, C, Peter Hunt, D, Martin Campbell?
Lewis Gilbert.
John Glenn.
Oh,
Ben,
another
is it
point.
A, Lewis Gilbert,
Damn.
B, John
You
Glenn,
ready?
C, Peter Hunt,
Christian,
or
shut
D,
up. You already
Martin
said it.
Campbell? 1 point. All right, Ben Bateman stealing
I
2
think
big
the thing
points
is
there,
now,
and he
the
still
thing is
finds
now they
himself
want
with
to
a
enforce
5-point
a
lead
let us
as
say the
we
multiple
spin the wheel.
choice.
So
If
Ben,
someone gets it wrong,
Ben,
let us
who
say
are
it
you-
again
who are you
and
choosing
then
to
give us
spin
an
for?
answer.
You're going to spin yourself? Are you
Ben
sure?
Bateman is going to spin the
Why?
wheel with his trusty
I don't know,
Titleist
make
golf
him more
club.
efficient.
All right, Ben's
I
going
don't
to
know.
spin. Ben's taking a shot to
All
spin
right,
this thing.
and the spin is in.
There's the spin by Bateman. Bateman finds himself with a 5-point lead. He's trying to avoid opponent's choice here because if he
can
have
get a
good
good
round,
category,
he's
there's
got- he
potential
needs to knock out the kid.
KO.
Let's see what kind of round he's going to have, but we are stopping.
Round and round it goes. It's creeping towards
Uh-oh.
opponent's choice, but it looks like
2010.
it's gonna
I think he
2010s.
should take that.
Stay in
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah, he
I
should
think he
take
just wants
that.
to avoid that
I think
opponent's
so
choice.
too. I think so too. Smart move, I think. And he's got himself.
And
a
he's not
lead,
just
so
avoiding
he's
opponent's
good.
choice. He's good with that category.
All right.
Ben, you
Because,
spawned
you know, he
2010s,
needs to see a
and
lot
you
of
like to
newer
keep it.
movies.
Luckily, you had your manager Finstock spotting you there. your first question of 4. Round number 2. What smooth jazz legend plays himself in A Bad Mom's Christmas?
Kenny G.
5.
The smooth notes. You said Kenny G?
Correct.
He held a note for like 48 minutes one time. 2 points for Ben Bateman.
Damn.
Well,
All right, next question. Sticking with musicians in the 2010s. What real-life musician plays the character Cinna, who gives Katniss her wardrobe in the Hunger Games films?
Oh, I know her face. Damn it. I can't remember.
nope.
5,
Not off the top of my head.
4, 3, 2.
Lenny Kravitz.
2 more points
Two
for
more
Ben
points for
Bateman.
Ben. He's getting into knockout range.
Never mind.
And as a great artist once said, the match is going Ben
Again,
Bateman's
fuck
way.
those
He's got
movies.
2 more questions in round number 2. Ben, your penultimate question, the one of the 2010s. In what 2014 film does Tom Hanks play a real-life airline pilot who makes a
That's
miracle landing on the
2016
Hudson
and
River?
it's Sully.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
Same.
Brain. It's the right movie.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Sully.
2 more points for Ben
All right,
Bateman.
so here's where we lie here.
He needs to
If
just hit
Bateman
it.
can keep this
Either
score
multiple
alone,
choice
he wins
or
by
2-pointer.
knockout. He's got 1 more question left, and if he gets it, there's not a third round. He goes right to Orlando to play the Beast. Here is the question.
Ben, in the films that were released in the 2010s, for 2 points and the win, in what 2013 comedy does a character named Scotty P get a misspelled tattoo saying no regrets?
Scotty P.
The World's End.
5,
Were the Millers?
4, 3, 2.
We're the Millers.
And your winner by way of knockout, heading to Orlando, Ben the
Wow.
Bateman. What a statement by
Wow.
Bateman.
Knocking out the kid. He was laying in bed this morning, could barely get up, and he did just
Wow,
that
what a
and knocked the kid out 19-6.
What a statement by Bateman there. It was coming out here, hobbling on his last leg. Does it 19-6, career performance here, getting himself to Orlando, and his battle with Shazam is not over yet. Because now, on October 19th, in Orlando,
He'll face the other half.
finals of the tournament, the Beast, William Bibiani, faces another horseman in Ben the Boss Bateman. All the horsemen will be there in Orlando. Wow, Mark, that was impressive.
And you top that off with the match that is Founding Fathers versus Corruption. I mean, that Orlando show has become one hot ticket.
Stacked.
You can get that at the Schmoedownlive.com. As you look at the landscape of today, I mean, we talked about at the top of the show, performances that were made legendary by the circumstances that were an injury to a key player. We've seen it before, we'll see it again, but Ben Bateman adding his name to that legendary list.
Well, I mean, that's the look. And the other thing about it is that now we have Shazam. They're in the interview. They're going to be there with Jen Sturger. And, like, what's the Beast feeling about this right now? How's the kid feeling about it? How are they feeling about this going into the tournament now between the two of them? Because there's so much there. We know who's the boss is going to be in the tournament. We know that now Beast is playing Bibiani. So much to find out. Jen
The
Sturger's
Beast is
back
playing
with
Bibiani.
Shazam, the kid. And
It's like when Caleb the Kid
Brendan, you've
took
had
on the
such an
King.
amazing run this year that I don't think that this loss takes anything away from that. But I'm sure you're disappointed
Which,
that you're
by
not
the
going
way,
to
that
be
was
facing Bibiani
fucking
in Orlando.
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of set in pretty quickly that it probably wasn't going to happen, so that is what it is. It's really hard. A lot of those questions in round one, I've got a list of movies that I want to watch for this, and Billy Madsen's one that I just haven't got to. I've watched some other comedies, Moana. I literally said to Bibbs backstage, because it was on the 2010s thing, I hope they don't ask about that. So,
And then they asked
You're
about
usually
it.
pretty reliable though in round one, and today it just felt like they were just hitting categories that you necessarily hadn't brushed up on recently.
yeah, it's interesting. In the first match against Paul Oyama, there were just some stuff that I didn't know, and I've done really, really well in the last three. But this one, and some of those ones they were just outside my reach. But it's okay. The only one that I probably should have known or could have known was the Annabelle one, but whatever those other three were just not in my wheelhouse. And then opponent's choice is tough. I've done quite well in Bond before, but these ones were just outside my knowledge, and obviously wasn't studying it. Good to him if he put that on there.
Well, plus with
Like
exactly.
the
With
moment that they
Kalinowski
asked
hitting
about
Bond
Quantum of
so
Solace,
often, I feel like the cuts just keep getting deeper in Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Strawberry Fields. I knew that there was a strawberry in the name, but I thought that was just like Strawberry Fields was. I just didn't know it. Yeah.
Plus, running up against Bateman, I feel like this is the first time you've also faced someone who plays the way he does, as far as like with the level of swag that Bateman comes out with. Does that get in your head at all?
No, you know what? He honestly didn't get in my head because, like I said, those just were answers that I just didn't know. You know, it's one thing if you get questions that you feel like you should have known or that you beat yourself. This was just, I guess I'm not quite ready to take that next step in singles. But, you know, I'm looking forward to the teams tournament. And, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's just not your day. I mean, you can't know everything. And it just was combined with the subpar round one and opponent's choice, pretty difficult.
I would like to actually challenge something you just said. I think you are ready. I think this was a rough day. I think everyone gets a rough day. God knows I've been knocked out more than one occasion, and it sucks. It sucks. But you know,
remember JTE?
We move along, and you got to remember that there are tens, if not hundreds of thousands of movies that are technically eligible for questions on the movie trivia Schmoedown. No one has seen all of them, and sometimes you just get a confluence that all pop up in one match. That doesn't mean you're not ready. I know you. I know you're ready. I would not be on a team with you if I didn't think you were ready.
Where's
so
Eben?
it was a rough day, and we'll pick ourselves up again.
Are you madder that Bateman knocked
He'll be in
out
the
the
teams
kid,
tournament.
or that he didn't choose your eyewear?
I know.
Norm, the eyewear really hurt
But where
my
the
feelings.
fuck is he
Actually, I
been?
was like, we went out of our way to find some fun options. You know, really give him an opportunity to sort of, you know, brighten up his style. We knew he had a little rough time. We brought him a gift. What does he do? Literally throws it on the ground. Might as well spit on it. But you know what? It was a gift. He can do whatever he wanted with it. It's his to do with as he likes. Strikes me as somewhat rude, but that's fine. I love him anyway, and I look forward to playing a great match with him in Orlando, getting a whole bunch of questions right, or maybe a whole bunch of questions wrong. Anything could happen. Who the hell knows? Whee!
I don't think that qualifies as a promo, but that said, with the kid losing,
That
does
definitely
make you
qualifies
face him in
as a
Orlando. What are you
promo.
going to be doing to prep for this match? It's obviously going to
Extra
be a big
emphasis
match.
on.
You play well in front of large crowds, as we've discovered it.
You know why the kid
This
lost?
will be
He
the first
doesn't
time
have his
one-on-one that you're going
Shazam
against
shirt on.
Bateman in this type of setting.
Yeah. No, I feel pretty good. Bateman studies a lot, and here's the thing. I do too. Like, I study movies literally every single day of my life, and I have for the last 25 years.
I don't know if I'd call it studying. I feel like you live the movies.
Well, I try, and so yeah, I feel as ready as I'm going to get. I will keep myself nimble. I will keep myself trained. We're gonna practice on those buzzers because I think it's a 5-rounder.
It is.
It is.
Works at the end of a championship. Yeah. Okay. So we're good. Thank you. So I feel pretty confident that when it comes down to me and Bateman, personnel a personnel, that we can put on a really good match. I think it'll be close, and I'm not going to get vengeance for the kid because vengeance is dumb. But I will do is I will play your former opponent, and I will attempt to defeat him in the spirit of good sportspersonship and fun.
Well, this does not take away from your run that you had this season. Again, tough loss today, but congratulations on a hell of a first run.
No, I will say, look, I really feel I'm bummed that I couldn't do better. I mean, I've shown that I have a little bit better in me. It's too bad, but look, I had a big loss when I first came in, and it was really tough. And you know, you go down 0-1, and you start to think, ugh, like, am I even going to be able to be a part of the league at all? And so to get back to the point where I can end the season 3-2. I have to be happy with that. That was really not necessarily a guarantee at all for a while, so I am happy about that at least.
Best of luck to you next season and with the draft. That's going to be pretty crazy. So good luck in Orlando, Boobs. See you there?
Yes.
Back to you guys.
I love that kid. I mean, I really do. You look at a good way to handle a loss, defeat there. But I also big props to William Bibiani for not only
the sunglasses.
No, but not even for the way he's been playing. Right. That speech that he gave the kid and the things that he said to the kid, they really have made each other better players. And Bibiani he's got that knowledge to be a mentor, and he's been a mentor to this kid. It was a nice statement there. But it doesn't take away from the fact what a final we have now. We have Bibiani, the former champion, and now he's been to the team finals twice. Well, he's going to the singles final. That's right. He said he was going to do it. He hobbled his way out here, and he did it. Ben the Boss Bateman is backstage with Jen Sturger at Dagnino and Riley. Jen, take it away.
There's just so many props. I don't even know where to start in this interview. Dagnino, you got to be feeling pretty good now that we punched our ticket to Orlando.
Listen, we don't want gifts. We want belts. Okay? Mm-hmm. They could take their little sunglasses and do you know what with them. I bet you're wondering what this is in my hand.
That was actually going to be my next question. Yes. Why? What are you doing?
It's a back pillow. It's filled with answers. It's filled with love. This is what a manager does. Take note, other managers around the world here, Roxy and the idiot Burnett and a bunch of other clowns. This is what real managers
the manager
do.
of the year, Kaiser, or the other manager of the year, Ken and Grace.
I was holding his hips. You saw that, right?
You really did.
Let me tell you something else. They say Disney World is the happiest place on earth. It's going to be a disaster for Bibiani.
Well, they're not letting you in. Ben, congratulations on your win today. Obviously, you're playing it a little under the weather. Yeah. How are you feeling going into Orlando? I mean, obviously, you're not 100%.
Oh, I feel terrible. I'm just trying to get through it. It's, truthfully, there's back surgery coming pretty soon here, and we're just trying to win this tournament first. So I'm on one leg, but being on one leg seems to get me a lot of answers. So I don't really know what else to say. I think Brendan's a very respectable competitor. I really studied the hell out of this one. I wanted to make sure I was prepared for him, and the lights got to him a little bit today, I think. It's definitely happened to me before. So.
And then spinning opponent's choice doesn't help anybody. Why did you decide to give him Bond?
I felt pretty confident that it's a very esoteric category that not many competitors are very good at. I have some superficial Bond knowledge, just like bits and pieces that I felt like on multiple choice I might be able to get a steal or two.
Well, and that did work.
Yeah. A couple of those answers, and just felt like that was probably
the Kalinowski, he tries to give me Bond on opponent's choice.
Now you get to face his teammate on Shazam, William Bibiani, in front of a live.
I think he's happy that he doesn't have to face Kalinowski.
How are you going to prepare going into this match?
Right.
I beat Bibiani the last time I played him, and felt pretty good about it.
Because remember when he did earlier this year?
He's perhaps the most knowledgeable player that's ever played the game in terms of pure knowledge, but I've got the knowledge and the gameplay, and I'm a better player than Bibiani's a player. So, if he doesn't choke in round 3, I'll just have to beat him in 5 rounds.
So big showing for the Horsemen, obviously, is going to be in Orlando. Riley, how are you helping?
What are you on about?
I mean,
when did Bateman play Bibiani?
This guy could walk on one leg.
Teams.
John Roca went down to one question. This is
last year's NFC tournament.
They never went anywhere.
I'm
there for support.
Cinemaniacs.
And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm talking to my manager.
And with that, the retirement of Matt Jones
coming up, and I'm feeling damn good. So all the Horsemen have each other's backs.
Don't remind
me. And it's a beautiful thing.
I know.
And we're going to take some belts in the process. I'm looking forward to it.
Any last words of wisdom?
They're all facts. Everything's straight facts here. And like I said.
Any words of wisdom? I was in Croatia last week.
Yes. Plain and simple.
No, sorry, it's words of wisdom.
That actually made sense for the first time. Oh. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you, Jen Sturger, and congratulations once again, Ben Bateman, who wins via knockout here over the kid, Brendan Meyer, 19-6, the final score. Speaking of 19, October 19th is when
suddenly Gemma Arterton
and we will
came
see
out,
that
and that's
finale,
why.
And it opens up the card in Orlando. That's right, get your tickets now. The Schmoedownlive.com.
That's the kind of bullshit that's Tom
the team
Dagnino would
champions
say.
defend the titles against the founding fathers, John Roca and Dangerous Dan Merle. Partner, what a card Orlando has turned out to be.
What is going to happen in that main event? It's going to be special. It's going to be something wild, and it's all taking place in Orlando. Get your tickets at the Schmoedownlive.com.
And speaking of that website, you can also get tickets December 7th, the Schmoedown Spectacular. 5 matches, all the titles in the line. Whoever wins between Bateman and Bibiani will challenge Oyama for the title on December 7th. Mike Kalinowski will be defending the Intergeekdom Championship. The Team Championship will be on the line. The Star Wars Championship on the line, and a special match to be determined. So, For
Ooh,
you
TBD.
guys out there,
Interesting.
get your tickets. Tickets are going fast. Could be sold out, to be honest, by the time this airs. So you can also watch that live, theshmoedownlive.com. Get the live stream ticket. And Patreon, if you join today, not only does it help out the show in general, it helps out the brand new network, the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. Please become a part today. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
There's time. This again.
You're a disgusting animal. Do you know that?
That's one of the nicest things you ever said to me.
Tom, what do you want?
Little birdie told me that you're thinking about managing again.
Thinking about, or definitely am, throwing my hat back in the manager ring next season.
Well, you're done with your commissioner role or whatever you're doing? Didn't you learn from the first time?
What I learned from my first go around, Tom, is that I managed the team champions. I was manager of the year. As a matter of fact, I beat your team to retain those belts, and I also beat you twice, if I recall correctly.
That's hearsay.
Yeah, it's actually science facts.
I don't know. I don't think I was around for that.
Well,
Either way, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Because guess what winners do? They don't remember losing. Bottom line is, you see what the Horseman's doing?
I do. And you know what, Tom? I have to say I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you.
For that. The horsemen, they were looking a little tired there, looking like they need to be put out to pasture, but it turns out that you turned them around.
Look, you refurbish the stables a little bit. I'm a when the smoke clears guy.
Yeah.
When the smoke clears, guess what? I'm always there. And when the smoke
And the
clears,
dust settles.
when the Schmoedown is all said and done, my face will be on Mount Rushmore
Sure.
as the best manager of all time. That's a fact.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if that prediction of yours comes to pass when Dan Merle
The thing is,
part of the
Dagnino
Fight
has that
Club.
argument. And there's no real other
Like Merle on
manager
the phone
right now who has it. Mostly because the great managers right now haven't had the most amount of experience.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see for that. But so Bibbs versus Bateman in the final. Yeah, hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be yikes. That's what a match! What a match!
What a match by Bateman today, Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Meyer, as he said, he didn't know a couple of answers in round one, and then it's just tough luck in round two. It can happen. What are you gonna do? Get knocked down, get back up again. I'd say that's what he needs to do. He's 3-2, and he's still one of the best players of this year, especially if they also go on a run for teams, which I think they will. They could definitely win a couple of matches in that teams tournament.
Yeah.
And I don't have them winning the thing, but they could. So I don't think Meyer has anything to hang his head about. This wasn't his day. And it completely was Bateman's day. So now Bateman versus Bibbs. I'll just put you on the spot. Who you got?
Okay. If we're gonna go this based off of overall film knowledge, if we're gonna go this based off of who's more likely to answer a question correctly, I have to say it's Bibbs.
That's based on free-for-all performance. But Bateman pointed this out actually. Like, Bibbs is probably the best in overall knowledge to have ever played the game. But who will win the match? Who will be the smartest about gameplay?
And when it comes to strategy, yes, Bateman is easily one of the best. But Bibbs has gotten very good at strategy lately himself. So that's why I think I still have to stick with my answers, because he has been improving in that department. So it's not going to be easy. I'm gonna say it. This will come down to a 5-pointer. But I think, in my heart of hearts, what do I think is the more likely singles title match? Paulo Yama versus Bibiani or Paulo Yama versus Bateman? Paulo Yama versus Bibiani to me sounds like the more likely title match.
That's true. Yeah, I can agree with that. And the thing is, I picked Bibbs to win the entire tournament initially. That was without Bateman getting to the finals, because I had Miller winning against Bateman and Miller winning everything until the final. So in a way, I was correct. Like in the regard, whoever wins Bateman versus Miller will get to the final and face Bibbs there. So yeah, I'm a little mad that I didn't pick Bateman. If I had picked Bateman to win it all or to get that far, my bracket would have survived a little bit more. Of course, besides Stacy, because not fun. I think she broke everyone's bracket. So
yep, instantly broken.
Like whatever it happened. But yeah, I do have Bibbs to win the entire thing, and I still stand by that. Despite the fact that I love Bateman, I would love to see him win that match. I would not be upset if he busts my winner. That's fine with me because I adore Bateman, and I think he's a great competitor, and I think he deserves it. But as you say, Oyama Bibbs is a better title match just on paper than Oyama Bateman. However, with the way Bateman has been playing, and especially this match, he is lethal right now. And anyone, even Bibiani, should be scared of him. Despite all the knowledge that Biff might have, Bateman is very dangerous. He might be even more dangerous with his injury, which is crazy.
Well, see, the thing is, Bateman's kind of like a wounded animal right now.
Yeah.
Where, yes, sure, he seems like he's down, but now he's even more dangerous than ever. You get too close, bam, that animal is going to rip you to shreds, like unfortunately happened to poor Brandon today. So, and here's the thing. If Bateman wins, I won't be shocked. Because Ben Bateman is really freaking good this season. Minus a couple hiccups at the start of the season, but yeah. Dude is on a hot streak right now.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a great match.
It's gonna be a great match regardless.
Now, okay, I wasn't here for the last reaction, but in the last reaction, Emma got announced as a manager again because she has a bias and she can't be commissioner anymore. Now, the thing is, the last time she was managing, she very successfully managed the Shirewolves, who are now both not competing anymore. Did you guys talk about who she might manage?
No. So you know what? Let's take like 2-3 minutes. Let's speculate.
Like, who could she manage out of the entire roster right now? Especially because we know there will be the draft next season.
Yeah.
So then the question really is, who would she draft? Who are players that would be good with her?
She would definitely try to steal back Andreyko. She'd find a way.
Yeah, I think
she would absolutely try to steal Merle if she could.
If she could, yeah, no, that's definitely a possibility considering that he wasn't in a team tournament.
Now, and to be fair, we don't know the result of Corruption Founding Fathers 3. But if they lose and they have to split up, then Merle is ripe for the taking.
Yes, but I think that's essentially the same for everyone at that point.
Yeah.
And that's essentially who will be the first to be able to snatch that.
But also, you know who I think she low-key might really try to snag? Either Chance or Paul. If Corruption are not still champs at the end of next season.
Yeah, but that's also if Paul is not champion at the end of the season, which I still think like Bateman or Bibbs, regardless who wins, will put up a damn good fight, but I still think Paul will win and be champion, and then he'll still be with Kaiser.
It's possible. It's possible. But we did see how that match with Snyder went.
That was live.
This match will also be live.
But will it be in front of a live crowd, or will it just be studio live?
300 people watching it live.
Okay, well, that might mess him up a little. I hope that he has learned from the past. But yeah, that might be it then. We'll have to see, I think. I'm just going to the rankings right now to see what's up. Like, who could Emma? Actually, Bibbs and Meyer don't have a manager.
And she did manage Cinemaniacs last year, and those two had a great rapport. It was just Nost who was the guy who purposefully didn't get along with them. So,
but I do think this Bibbs with Meyer, they're very nice, and Emma, well, despite the bias, is nice at least to a couple of people, and I do think she can be very nice with Meyer and Bibbs. I think that could actually be a good team up.
That would be.
Of course, if they even if they win the belts, they still don't have a manager, so they're still right for the taking. And I do think that Emma could do that. That is, of course, if they win the tournament and then beat the team champions at that point. Which, well, I don't have my bracket going that far. First of all, and second of all, that. Even if they bust my bracket and win the team tournament, then you would have to either face Corruption or Founding Fathers. And, both those teams are kind of good. Yeah. So that'll be a tall order for them. We'll have to wait and see. But, that's what I think. Bibbs and Meyer.
Okay.
Well, guys, with that said, that's, I think, all we can say about today's match. So please let us know in the comments, what did you think about the match today? Yada, yada, yada. Let us know, what do you think? Bateman or Bibbs in Orlando? Of course, we will be reacting to it, I assume this weekend, and then you will see our reaction to that whenever the match comes up. And of course, let us know what you think about Emma managing. Who do you think she'll manage? Do you agree with us on Bibbs and Meyer, or someone else that we haven't even mentioned? Let us know your crazy picks in the comments below. Of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Chris, plug yourself.
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Doman. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page. Go join our Facebook group. Stay tuned with all of our shenanigans going on. Bunch of great stuff coming in 2020. But until then, today on the Who Cares Anime podcast, please check out the episode where Nico and I got to sit down with a friend of his, Star Wars fan filmmaker Darrell Pooley, and to talk about his channel, Darrell's Wonderland. It was a fun conversation.
Indeed. And while I may not be on that one, you can, in the meantime, just follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Case Cornelis on Facebook and Letterboxd. And of course, this Sunday or Monday, really depending on when it goes up, our review of the new Star Wars Resistance episode, Viva la Resistance. Season has started. The second episode was great. I'm looking forward to what can happen now. Also, if you're not watching Resistance yet, watch it. It's an awesome show. And it really ties into The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Two movies that you might be interested in, that you might want to know more about, because, these movies tie into, this series ties into it. So, and then check out the reviews that we make. With that said, I can just say, until our next video, take care.
Yeah.